So I like Booty, right? And I tell you from the get-go, that's what I like. But you tell me you like eyes. You go with all the stuff that's being said. Eyes are the pathway to the soul. But I told you from the jump, that's what I like. I told you from the jump that I'm a homebody. You're not fully accepting me. And you're aware of these things, but throughout time, my true self starts to take a toll. And then we have a falling out. And then we grow apart. When all the while you knew me, I let you know who I was. But you didn't fully accept me. You had to let time show you who I really was, when in fact, indeed, from the beginning, I already told you what that was. You didn't fully accept me. From the jump, you didn't fully accept me.
Ain't nothing wrong with you, just remember you're special. Feeling hopeless and alone, just remember there's always God there to be there to help you. Put in effort, make mistakes, no one on this earth is perfect. Trial and tribulations both in life are guaranteed, but in the end it's all worth it. I'm hoping and I'm praying this is something relatable and the words are beneficial when someone out there can understand what I'm saying. Mind, muscle, motivation. Let's stop playing. Share it with the nation.
What they do though, it is mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Again, that's mind, muscle, spirit, motivation. Look, I wanted to just get this off my chest. This has been something I've been thinking about, something I've been trying to dissect and find answers for. Fully accepting one another. Relationships, friendships, you name it, fully accepting one another. I love it. I love it because from the jump, you get a taste of what you're getting yourself into. From the jump, you'll see different signs if you pay attention. When you look away from the distractions that you get from the jump, from a person's looks, a person laughs, all the things that get you channeled in to a person. When you ignore those things, you'll see signs of how a person is like, okay? A person can only put on an act for so long. So check this out. People know me. I don't go anywhere, right? I like to state to myself, you have to talk to me in order for me to talk to you. My persona is me. I'm chill, I'm laid back, I'm nonchalant, but my eyes, when you look at me, my eyes are always the same. I'm just tunnel vision, I'm focused. For some, it's intimidating. For some, I don't know what it is, but for a lot, it's intimidating. That's why people, men, other guys act the way they act towards me. It's not what I try to do on purpose. It's just me. Anyways, so check this out. Like I said in the intro, let's go ahead and talk about relationships and get that out the way. I'm gonna let it be known what I like because it's what I'm gonna go for. Don't try to antagonize me. Don't try to make me feel bad for liking what I like if it's not what you like, okay? So in relationships, I've always let it be known. I've always sent out different signs when it comes to what I like. Now, is it the main thing that got me to like you? No, but it is one of the things. So why not accept that, okay? If it's not something you like, go ahead and free yourself. Go to somebody else. And if you know for a fact, I don't party, I don't drink, I don't smoke, if you do the complete opposite, okay, free yourself. Go find somebody else that does the same thing you do. But don't try to convince me to do it if you already know it's not what I do. If I tell you I stay at home, the only time I go out is to work out or get groceries or something that's family related. If I tell you that, do not try to make me feel bad. Do not try to convince me to do the complete opposite just because you do the complete opposite, okay? Fully accept me for me. And even in friendships, if I tell you I don't go out, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't party, do not try to talk to me about those things because I do not have any type of knowledge or any type of experience when it comes to those. Accept me for me. If you want to get to know me, and I've already let it be known from the beginning, of those three things, and you want to convince me to do those things because you like me for whatever reason, don't like me. Because I'm going to continue to turn you down when it comes to going out. I'm going to continue to stay at home when you want to go out, okay? This is where people have a falling out. Relationships and friendships. Because you may like a person. It may be one thing that has you attracted to them. Again, friendships or relationships. And you really want to be around that person. Maybe they're nice. Maybe they make you laugh. It can only be a few things that may convince you to want to keep a person around. But if your main thing is playing video games, going out, partying, smoking, drinking, whatever, do not try to make a person think otherwise. You got to fully accept them for them. But this is why I think people have a falling out, is because in time, you convince a person so much to do what you want to do, they turn you down so much, and this is where people go completely MIA. This is why we as people, we don't tell a person, okay, I don't think we can be friends, or this is why we don't tell a relationship this isn't going to work, because you want them to understand you and what you like so much. But they do. But you won't accept that we as people, we won't accept a person because we're too busy trying to change them to be like us. And that's where we completely go our separate ways, and we don't let it be known. But we won't accept a person for them and how they are. We're too busy trying to change people. We're too busy trying to change or convince people to be like us. And we as people, we don't realize that. And that's where we're completely wrong. I don't like to say what's wrong or what's right about we as people, but that's where we're completely wrong. You shouldn't try to change a person to be like you. You shouldn't try to change a person when it comes to their likes and dislikes. You got to leave them as they are. And if they want to try to do something that you like, okay. But don't keep on pushing. Don't keep on trying to change a person's mind, because this is what's going to happen. Again, friends and relationships. I'm going to try to be like you. You like eyes? Okay. I'm going to really tell myself I'm wrong for liking the BOOTY. So I'm going to go for a person's eyes, okay? And then friendships. I'm a loser because I don't go out. So I'm going to start going out. The whole time, throughout time, I'm losing sight of myself. I'm losing sense of self because I'm trying to be like somebody else, i.e. you. The whole time, I'm trying to be like you, so I'm unhappy. Hold on, buddy. I'm unhappy throughout all the years of the friendship, of the relationship, because I'm trying to be like you, and I'm not happy trying to be like you because I'm doing things that I do not do. Hold on, y'all. Just think about that. I'm doing things that I don't do because I'm trying to be like you. And the whole time, I lost all sense of self. When I look in the mirror, I don't even recognize who I am anymore because you convinced me to be something that I'm not. Think about that. I'm telling you, people, I'm not a see, I can't even say the word. That's not who I am, okay? But I am so convinced that it happens throughout time. You can like a person so much, it happens. You don't even need a lot of time to to lose sight of yourself. You can just like a person so much. And again, it can be their physicality, it can be their personality, whatever it is. It can be their spirituality. You don't need much to want to keep a person around, to keep a person by your side, to keep a person in your life. But when that one thing can make you lose a lot of things when it comes to you, yourself, the things you like. I'm telling you now, a person would think that I am a weirdo, maybe even a loser when it comes to the things that I watch. I watch Animal Planet. I watch the Travel Channel. I watch History Channel. you know, I watch things about aliens. And if you look at me, you wouldn't think that. And the people that I'm friends with, you couldn't see me being friends with. But that is me. That's how I've always been. My physicality and how I look doesn't match me, the things that I like, or my personality. I don't know. And that's how it really is. That's how it is a lot of times. And that's why when you meet people, you can be completely blown away when it comes to you really getting to know them. But throughout time, again, you knew this from the beginning. You knew it from the beginning, but throughout time, and you get to hang out with them, you realize that, I can't do nothing with this. You may not like watching all those different shows, and you just in time, and that's where I get confused. Because again, you saw the signs. They didn't try to fool you. Some people, how they are in the beginning, it's just how they are. Now, like I said, you can put on an act, but you can only put an act on for so long. But I'm one of those individuals where I don't know how to put on an act. What you see is what you get. But I get confused because you knew this, but you want to go completely MIA without telling somebody? I've had so many people, it's funny. I've had so many people who just decided to stop talking to me. And it's not just relationships. I've had those too. But I've had a lot of friendships where they just completely left. And here I am thinking something's wrong with me. Like, thinking back, I'm trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? Did I say something? Did they hold on to a grudge and they just, Now look, I know that we grow apart. That just happens. Life and its trials and tribulations and the struggles, and it gets in the way. And sometimes you just completely forget. I get that. I'm mature enough and I'm old enough to understand that. But again, you know a person. If you pay attention and you remove all the distractions, you know who you're dealing with. Just like I've mentioned before, if you meet a person, for men, if you got a girl from a strip club and you know that she's shaking that thing for men, and that's what you got attracted to, that's what you started to like. And then once you got her, once y'all become one and together, you want to convince her to stop working at that job? That's where you met her. That's where y'all met each other. So why are you going to now convince them to stop working there? I'll use myself as an example. Look, I've always shown workout videos. It's just what I've done. I like to watch myself work out. Call it what you want. That's what I like to do. And I like to look back on videos that I've took years ago and just to see my form. Have I gotten bigger? Have I gotten stronger? Whatever, all those different things. So I'm going to become friends with a dude, and he's going to bash me for it. He's going to call me cocky or arrogant. But in the beginning, he saw those videos and, he didn't say a word. but in time, he's going to, try to discredit me. He's going to try to call me out for it or whatever. And Lord have mercy. I've had so many different relationships, especially, you know, in my 20s, even in high school when I was taking the videos that I would take. The little relationships that I've had, you know, they want to label me as cocky, arrogant, or conceited. And even with family, y'all wanna call me that? How come y'all wasn't calling me that in the beginning? Y'all had to comment and try to give me compliments. But in time, you want to see me in person and you want to try to say these little jokes, these little amusing jokes that have some truth. You want to try to call me all this different stuff, but y'all already know that's what I've always done. That's what I always do. But you want to try to make fun of me for it? Again, in time, but in the beginning, you already knew that's what I would do. We as people don't fully accept one another. We as people, we want to make a person like us so we can have an easier, understandable life. But we won't accept, we judge one another too much and we don't accept one another enough. And this is what I've come to realize. It's taken me to have experience, and it easily takes me to see. The relationships, I see it everywhere. Sometimes, I don't mean to laugh, but sometimes the attraction level of a couple, one person may be up here, and then another person may be down here, right? And the person down here, they are so jealous and insecure that when they go out, they want to do they want to look at the person they're with to see if they're looking at other people because they see other people looking at them, right? Or again, maybe the person that's down here, insecure and jealous, they want to make the person they're with wear certain clothing that's going to cover them up. You see it a lot when it comes to men and their wives or their girlfriend. You see it a lot when it comes to men. And it's not only men, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on us fellas. It's the females too. But you see that everywhere, and it's easy to be seen. Easy. Because when you're jealous and insecure, a lot of times you're not able to cover it up. But listen, I say it with complete comfort. I've never been that type because, again, if you can take somebody away from me based on how you look, we weren't going to last long anyway. But being fully accepting of one another has completely faded. And I know you have the social media to get in the way as well, because maybe you do accept one another, but you may see something on social media to where you think, why isn't this person like that? Or you could be like that. So you slowly, in little ways, try to make them become that. It's just crazy. It's crazy out there, people. But I just had to bring this to attention to myself and to whoever else this may concern, to whoever else that may come across this channel, this video. We have to learn to fully accept one another. Because again, in the beginning, you will know who you're dealing with. You will know. Females, if you not get accepted, but if a guy decides to talk to you and he may be one of those dudes that they have a bunch of followers and females comment on every picture of his, just remember, you started liking that. You were one of those females. The same vice versa when it comes to men and the females. You can't be jealous. You can't. I don't like saying that word, but it's just something that you're not allowed to do because you knew that. You knew that. And for guys, if you have a female, she got a BBL, and you already know what she wears out in public, you already know how the guys look. Don't start trying to be insecure and jealous now. In the beginning, you were like the other guys. You were just like them. You were doing all the staring. You were doing all the talking when she passed by and everything. You were just like them. You got lucky and she decided to go to you. just know in time, you can't make her start wearing baggy clothes, you know? You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to try to get her to start working out. we gotta take full accountability for our actions and for what we choose to like and dislike. In other words, we gotta fully accept ourselves. And we gotta accept if we like that and we get to have that, we're not allowed to change it just because it's now in our life. It's now in our grasps. We're not allowed to try to change it because what it was in the beginning is why we now have possession of it anyway. Lord have mercy. I love that. It is mine, muscle, spirit, motivation. Y'all like, subscribe, share. I love it every day. Getting better together forever. Until next time, y'all, we out. Peace.